Some of Croatia's major attractions are its historic cities and pristine landscape. Some of the nation's top museums, galleries, restaurants, and stores can be found in the dynamic capital city of Zagreb. Along the coast, several pebble beaches provide activities like scuba diving, water skiing, and windsurfing, while centuries-old harbor towns are crammed with stone architecture from the Venetian era. Yachters and those looking to unwind and take in the Mediterranean sun flock to Croatia's tranquil islands in the Adriatic. Croatia has one of the most stunning coastlines in all of Europe, with its more than 1,000 islands and rocky, indented shore. Additionally, numerous Croatian coastal towns and cities have a rich history and are replete with artifacts from the Roman and Venetian eras. Make sure you watch our complete video on the best things to do in Croatia to make the most of your trip to this stunning East European nation. 1. Dubrovnik Old Town. The majestic Old Town neighborhood, which is enclosed between strong, medieval defensive walls, is the focal point of Dubrovnik, the most opulent tourist destination in Croatia and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 2-kilometer-long circuit of these solid medieval ramparts, which include forts, turrets, and cannons along the way, should be the first stop on any first-time sightseeing tour of the city. The renowned Piled Gate, one of the city's most spectacular buildings and erected in 1537, is also probably how you approach the Old Town. You can get breathtaking views of the Old Town rooftops and the sparkling Adriatic Sea from high up on the walls. Be sure to wear comfortable walking shoes and bring bottled water and a selfie stick. Exploring the Strada in a wide, 300-meter-long pedestrian thoroughfare dotted with shops, cafes, and restaurants and renowned for its white limestone cobblestones is another enjoyable activity in Dubrovnik. Other must-see sights in this city include the beautiful cathedral and the amazing treasures housed within it, the magnificent square of the Loggia, a historic gathering spot well known for its beautiful old structures and monuments, and Fort Lovrijenac, one of the most significant fortresses in the nation. 2. Diocletian's Palace in Split. Split, Croatia's second-largest city after Zagreb, was built inside the massive Diocletian's Palace's historic Roman walls. It was constructed by the Roman Emperor Diocletian, who retired here in AD 305 and is located with a view of the Adriatic Sea. The palace has 4 monumental gates, 3 of which are accessible from the land and 1 of which originally opened directly onto the water. It is square in shape, more fortress than palace, and it once served as the residence of the emperor's personal garrison. The magnificent peristyle and arcaded courtyard, inside the walls where the Cathedral of St. Damius with its elegant bell tower is located, is among the sights to be seen. While concerts and other forms of entertainment are frequently offered during the day, it's nice to visit and appreciate the illuminated ruins at night. The Old Town has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is only accessible by foot. 3. Plitvice Lakes National Park. Plitvice Lakes National Park, the most popular inland attraction in Croatia, is made up of 16 emerald blue lakes surrounded by high forested hillsides and linked by a series of roaring waterfalls. The park, which was the nation's first national park, is crisscrossed by a network of walkways and wooden bridges, and admission includes boat trips across the lakes. The park is a haven for wild animals because of the lush, pure surroundings, including wolves and bears, though you are unlikely to see them because they are shy, as well as owls, eagles, and falcons. If you want to spend the night, there are a number of hotels near the park. From Zadar and Zagreb, scheduled sightseeing tours via bus are available to take you to Plitvice. It's a very popular tourist destination that receives over 1 million visitors a year, so be sure to reserve your tickets in advance if you're thinking about visiting without a guide or not as part of a tour. 4. Sailing around Kornati National Park. The Kornati Archipelago, which covers an area of around 320 square kilometers, and is 35 kilometers long and 13 kilometers wide, is made up of 89 scattered islets of various sizes. The islets are rocky, barren, and have little productive soil. They are essentially deserted, but there are a few extremely simple stone homes scattered about. They were initially constructed as one-room shelters by local shepherds and fishermen, but they are now frequently used as seasonal seafood restaurants or vacation retreats. Private sailing boats are the finest means of exploring this breathtakingly beautiful coastline area, and the closest charter base is in Grad na Moru. You can also take an excursion boat to the Kornati as a day trip from Zadar or Šibenik on the mainland. You will need to obtain a legal permit, which is accessible online if you plan to sail under your own steam. 5. Zagreb's Gornji Grad. Gornji Grad, which translates as Upper Town, is Zagreb's historic center. It evolved into 2 distinct towns, Grad, a free town where tradespeople and artisans lived, and Capital, the bishop's residence. The towns merged in the 1770s to form the historic Zagreb region in the north. The square surrounding street marks church, The parish church of Old Zagreb serves as the hub of Gornji Grad. The historic upper town neighborhood of Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, is the city's primary tourist destination. Popular tourist sites in this area include the Croatian Parliament, the cathedral with its twin steeples and neo-Gothic facade, and the treasury with its extensive collection of religious art and relics. The Church's Street Mark, which boasts a colorful tiled roof famed around the world, and the 13th century Tower of Lurskak, which you can climb for breathtaking views of the city and its surroundings, are additional sites that are worth seeing. Also, make sure to visit the Museum of Broken Relationships, which is a favorite of most visitors. 6. Pula Arena. The historic city of Pula, which is situated on the Adriatic coast in Croatia's well-liked Istria region, is well worth adding to your vacation itinerary. A great day trip for people staying in other parts of the country, Pula is well known for its well-preserved Roman architecture, in addition to its lovely seaside setting, which includes a number of excellent beaches. Despite having been inhabited by humans for tens of thousands of years, it was the Romans who made their mark more than 2,000 years ago. None of the numerous remaining Roman structures is as impressive or as large as the Pula Arena. It was primarily used for entertainment like gladiator fights and jousting, and was built to hold crowds of up to 20,000 people. Due to meticulous repair, this magnificent building can still hold up to 5,000 guests for its typical summertime concert and festival schedule. Other Roman ruins in Pula are also worthwhile visiting. The Roman Forum, a beautifully preserved ancient square that has long served as the heart of town life, is the best of these. The Temple of Augustus, a beautifully preserved column building that houses a collection of Roman sculptures, is also nearby. 7. Zlatni Rat Beach. The stunning Zlatni Rat Beach in Croatia must be the country's most popular beach. This peculiar landform, referred to as a spit, is made up of small stones and extends 500 meters perpendicular to the coast in Bol on the southern coast of Brac. It moves and transforms into different shapes throughout the seasons based on local winds and currents. It is bordered by loungers and umbrellas in the summer and is shaded by a group of pine trees and Vidova Gora Mountain's rocky peaks. The sea is warm enough to swim from June through September, and some people even manage to extend the bathing season to May and October. This beach is widely regarded as one of Europe's best. Water sports like paddle boats, sea kayaks, and banana boat rides are available as additional beach attractions. The best place to windsurf in Croatia is Zlatni Rat. From Split, you can take a catamaran or a ferry to get to Brac. If you want to stay longer, there are a lot of top-notch luxury hotels nearby. 8. Mljet National Park. A national park has been established on the island of Mljet's western portion. It is primarily surrounded in dense forests and is built around two connected turquoise saltwater lakes, one of which features an islet topped by a Benedictine abbey from the 12th century that you may visit by taxi boat. The park, which is well-liked by nature enthusiasts, offers a variety of activities, including exploring the many paths that wend through the woodland. Additionally, a 9-kilometer track circles the lake's edges, making it perfect for mountain biking or walking. Additionally, swimming and hobbies like kayaking are quite well-liked in the region. Kayaks can be rented to explore the lakes. There is only one hotel on the island, but many reputable campgrounds are also accessible, and in the summer, local families do rent out rooms to tourists. From Dubrovnik, you can travel by ferry or catamaran to Mljet. 9. Hvar Town. Island, one of Croatia's most visited tourist destinations, is Hvar, particularly Hvar Town. A sizable portion of the agricultural landscape is made up of olive trees, fruit orchards, and lavender fields. Hvar Town is a well-liked harbor for yachts traveling throughout the Adriatic, especially in the summer. It is located in a lovely natural bay with the Paklini Island group shielding it to the south. A visit is also highly recommended to Grad, the island's oldest village, Jelsa, as well as a few other tiny settlements scattered along the coast or tucked away in the forested interior. Many visitors come to Croatia to see the idyllic Dalmatian islands, the most popular of which is Hvar. Some of the best hotels and seafood eateries in the nation can be found in this hip city of Hvar. Its car-free Old Town, which dates back to the period when it was ruled by the Venetians, 1420 to 1797, it's made up of a sizable central square that is overlooked by a 16th century church, a charming fishing harbor, and a hilltop fortification. Yachters, famous people, and tourists who flock to Hvar for its beaches and water sports all love it. From Split, a ferry runs to it. 10. The pretty town of Korcula. The main town on the same-named island in South Dalmatia, Korcula, lies tucked away on a little peninsula. Its car-free stone pathways are laid out in a herringbone pattern to provide shelter from the prevailing winds and are guarded by ancient walls and towers. Korcula, which is crammed with centuries-old aristocratic stone structures, was developed when the island was ruled by the Venetians. One of the best things to do is watch a performance of the Moresca sword dance, a traditional dance done for tourists just outside the town walls on summer evenings. Other notable attractions include Marco Polo home, thought to be the birthplace of the legendary 13th century explorer. Korcula, the sixth largest island in Croatia, is separated from the mainland by a confined strait. The capital of the island is also known as Korcula. Known as Little Dubrovnik, this historic city is regarded as one of the most picturesque on the Croatian coast and is distinguished by its distinctive style of architecture. The reputed birthplace of Marco Polo is one among the key draws. The Cathedral of St. Marko, which was constructed in the 15th century in the Gothic Renaissance style, is the largest and most stunning structure in Korcula.